This is Copper 90, and these are the top 10 one-season wonders. At 10, it's MAROUANE Chamakh. The Champions League does something to Chamakh. Maybe it's the stirring sounds of the iconic music. It turns him into a footballer who Palace, West Ham and Cardiff fans will struggle to recognise. However, the lucky Arsenal fans who saw him play European elite football in the 2010-11 season remember a silly-haired record breaker, notching in 6 consecutive games for the first time in the competition's history. Chamakh quickly lost his edge and his Arsenal career fizzled out not long after. 11 appearances the next season did little to impress Wenger, or indeed anyone else, ever again. At 9, it's Adel Taarabt. Somewhere in a secret Moroccan laboratory in 1989, a crack team of scientists managed to create a footballer with the raw potential of Maradona crossed with a work ethic of Homer Simpson. His 2010-11 season in the Maverick number 10 role, helped with special treatment from Neil Warnock, was rewarded by 19 goals in 44 games. QPR were promoted and Taarabt won the Championship Player of the Year. Having earned an opportunity at the top level, he failed to impress, appearing disinterested in playing where he assured fans he was born to play. A loan spell to AC Milan offered a glimmer of his previous form, but he ended up languishing in Benfica's B team, his manager citing his foul attitude and inability to keep off the pies. Sad, really. At 8, it's Charlie Adam. In the 2009-10 Premier League season, Charlie Adam was the beating heart of a swashbuckling Blackpool side, punching well above their weight and loving it. Intrepid and focused on exciting possession football, Adam was the glue that held the team together, though his 12 goals from midfield were not enough to keep them in the top flight. Inevitably, the top clubs came knocking on the door of Bloomfield Road, hastened by Alex Ferguson's assertion that his set pieces were worth £20 million alone. Liverpool won his signature as part of Kenny Dalglish's rebuilding job, but the Scotsman regularly failed to impress. Now, moving along a bit more steadily at Stoke, Adam has never reached the heights of that exciting first Premier League season with Blackpool. At 7, it's Michael Bridges. If you asked the pundits of 1999 who is nailed on to be the next England sensation, you'd hear plenty tipping Michael Bridges for the very, very top, and with good reason. The former Sunderland man had blossomed into a superstar at Ellen Road, finishing the club's top goalscorer with 21 goals in all competitions and helping secure Leeds a place in the Champions League. However, Bridges' career took a tragic turn after a serious injury and his contract with Leeds was terminated in 2004. "How can I be miserable about what could have been?" Bridges said of his injury that curtailed his potential. "We are entertainers and we're lucky to do what we do." At 6, it's Amir ZAKI. Nicknamed the Bulldozer by fans of El Zamalek, Amir ZAKI was a showpiece loan signing for David Whelan's Wigan side in July 2008. It was quite the gamble, seeing as the Liverpool supporting forward had just come off the back of a 0 appearances, 0 goals stay at Lokomotiv Moscow. But this seemed like a typically shrewd piece of business for the Latics. At one point, ZAKI was the joint top goalscorer in the Premier League before slipping to 3rd, just behind Anelka and Robinho in the illustrious pecking order. However, after failing to return to Wigan after international duty with Egypt, manager Steve Bruce branded the player highly unprofessional, and after multiple fines and behind-the-scenes drama, he left in 2009. 6 years and just 2 professional goals later, he retired from football. At 5, it's Roque Santa Cruz. Santa Baby rocked the BLACKBURN goal train in his glittering first season at Ewood Park after a €5 million move from Bayern Munich. Santa Cruz scored an emphatic 19 goals in the 2007-8 campaign and looked like a well-wrapped gift to Mark Hughes' strike force. Cruz moved to Manchester City, now managed by his ex-manager Hughes, for £17.5 million in 2009. But his impressive goal-scoring exploits soon went missing down a sooty chimney somewhere in Lancashire. He scored only 3 goals in 20 games for City before being loaned back to Blackburn for a 9-game goalless spell that was more Grinch than Santa. At 4, it's Daniel GUIZA. Daniel GUIZA was described in his early Maverick years as the greatest promise in Spain, but also the greatest partygoer, with too many birds flying around his head. GUIZA never really settled until a move to Mallorca in 2007, brokered by his infamous celebrity wife Nuria Bermudez, thrust him into the national spotlight. GUIZA scored 27 goals in La Liga that season, finishing as top scorer and also making his debut for the Spanish national side, who he went on to score 3 goals for in the triumphant Euro 2008 campaign. However, this proved to be the peak of his career. A big money move to Fenerbahce in 2009 was largely unsuccessful, and a 2-year return to Getafe didn't reap many rewards for GUIZA the Geezer either. At 3, it's Mido. Mido arrived at White Hart Lane off the back of some impressive goal-scoring exploits at Ajax and Marseille, and although he didn't play much in his first season, his second season at Spurs was a banger. The 22-year-old big man bagged 11 goals in 22 appearances in the 2005-06 season and looks set to be a powerful mainstay of the North London's attack for years to come. His form dip-died and he got sacked off to Middlesbrough for £8 million in 2007 before moving around from West Ham to Wigan without gaining any real momentum or notching many goals. He ended his career with a single performance at Barnsley and now manages Wadi Degla in the Egyptian top flight. At 2, it's Jamie Vardy. Vardy's meteoric rise from non-league football to Premier League and England star is objectively incredible. His 24 goals for Leicester last year were instrumental in the Foxes' howling surge to the most unlikely of Premier League titles. A ridiculous achievement that looks even more absurd considering their dustbin scavenging form this season. Although he scored 6 goals, his general gameplay has looked more in line with his non-league past than the £30 million transfer bid inducing form of last year. With his form nosediving faster than the popularity of Ranieri's dilly-ding, dilly-dong phrase, Jimmy Vardy's party looks set to become a genuine one-season wonder. And at number 1, it's Michu. Michu entered the Swansea Pokédex at the start of the 2012-13 season like a tall, Spanish Charizard intent on causing some real HP damage. He took the Premier League by storm, notching 18 times in his first season, including 4 goals in his first 3 games, and signed a bumper 4-year contract in the following January. Unfortunately, his form went more Magikarp than magical, and Michu found himself on loan at Napoli by July 2014, where injury restricted him to only 6 appearances for the Italians. He then moved to Spanish amateurs UP Langreo in 2015 and is now at Oviedo, where he scored 3 goals in 15 and doesn't look like evolving any further. That was Copper 90's Top 10 One-Season Wonders. Did we miss any? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content like this.